Heavily back Crystal Rose. They're off and they're racing. Jibbing at the start, plainly spoken. Missed the kick noticeably, and so did El Giro del Mondo. Naughty Love going straight back. Manganui, one of the first to go. Crystal Rose, Chungu flying up there, and likewise Blazing Emerald, who's got early speed and is going to lob beautifully placed fourth soon after from Mr. Megsy. They're followed by Enlace over on the outside next of all. As they work their way down the side is Mistress of War, and Faraway Bay further back in the field. Down on the inside, making up ground, Cruise to Rio, Royal Law. They're being followed over on the inside next of all by Choice Thinking, and further back is Walks Far, then El Giro del Mondo. Walks Far's rider in a bit of bother there, having to check out with Transcendent behind those, and last of all is Naughty Lover. It eventually won the battle for the front, Crystal Rose, after absorbing pressure at the 600. It's Crystal Rose by a length. Manganui, Mr. Meggsy's kick right up on the inside to be next, and Chungu going forward, at least attempting to 3 deep. In behind them, Blazing Emerald. Followed further back behind those then is Mistress of War, Royal Law. Cruise to Rio, further back Faraway Bay, but Crystal Rose heads for home. Turned in front, Manganui trying to hold Mr. Meggsy in. Blazing Emerald gets into the clear. Crystal Rose at the 200 mark. Manganui, Blazing Emerald. Royal Law running on as well down the outside. Faraway Bay. Blazing Emerald ranges up, grabs Crystal Rose, takes it now, puts it away. Blazing Emerald too good. Blazing Emerald beat Crystal Rose. Very tight for third. Between over on the outside, close up, is Mistress of War. Plainly Spoken also made up good ground. In behind them, Cruise to Rio, Mr. Meggsy as well. Followed further back by Manganui, El Giro del Mondo, Royal Law. And they were followed further back in the field when they'd pulled up next of all by Choice Thinking. At the head of the others then is Enlace, who's back with Naughty Love. They're amongst the last home. Faraway Bay is right back there in the field with Chungu Transcendent, and Walks Far pulls up to be a long last. Blazing Emerald is the winner here of race 2. Ridden by Chris Parnham, the Sessions filly. Came out of the gates better than expected. Lob well placed. Gets Crystal Rose, who they did back. And Mr. Meggsy got third in that photo result. 3 of them there. Fourth goes to 8, Faraway Bay. 14, 7, 1 and 8. 14, 7, 1 and 8 they've gone with. In 129.90, 3/4 by 3/4. The margins. Okay, so a time that has broken 1:30. Blazing Emerald by Sessions out of Unfool for Oakland Park, trained by Dan Morton, ridden by Chris Parnham. 7 Crystal Rose, second in by Demerit out of Wing Jewel. Jim Taylor, Lactar, Romilly, and Mr. Meggsy getting third. Jade McNaught for Robbie Lockwood by Trade Fair out of Pure Ivy. Next event today will be the running of the Lexus of Perth Handicap over 1,000 metres. 1 Bayzid and 10 Expo Rose are the omissions there. 2 scratchings. Jason Whiting is aboard number 8. The lady is a vamp. The lady is a vamp. Number 8, Jay Whiting. Let's go down to the yard. We'll catch up with Lockie Taylor after the victory of Blazing Emerald. Got out of the gates well. Conditions today here suggesting that you've got to be somewhere forward, and the easing favourite was able to lob a little bit more closer than most had expected. They've run home in 35.75.
Thanks, Darren. I'm now joined by winning trainer Dan Morton after the maiden victory of Blazing Emerald. Dan, in her first 2 starts this campaign, she's had the tendency to get back in running. Was that a pre-race plan to have her a little more forward this afternoon, if possible?
Yeah, for sure. Just given the size of the field and the strong easterly, I had a chat to Chris early to say, try and be a bit more positive without, getting silly about it. But and luckily, she's only brand new, still. So, in my mind, they don't form a race pattern that early. So, it's not like she was out of her pattern. So, but yeah, it was a good solid effort.
Once she lobbed in the position, which she did, were you always confident that she'd have the turn of foot over the concluding 400 to get over the top of the likely leader?
Her work's been sort of progressing really well in between runs, so she's definitely coming on, but your dad's horse has stretching their neck a fair way out, and they're all off the bridle, so she had to sustain a pretty big run. She got that done, yeah.
She's still only a lightly raced 3-year-old filly. Could we potentially see her on an Oaks path come the autumn?
We'll just take these hopefully little steps and have a chat to Neville and just sort of see where we land. But yeah, we'll just sort of keep edging on at the minute.
A word on Evelina later on in the day?
Yeah, she's done nothing wrong or prep. She's pretty consistent. So this breeze, if it holds up, might still play a factor later. But we'll just see how it works out.
Congratulations here, well done.
Thank you.
There's Dan Morton after the maiden victory of Blazing Emerald, and here's Chris Parnham catching up with Scotty Emery.
She was a very good run, this filly, last start. She got a long, long way back and charged home through the line. She was able to settle a little bit closer, Chris, today, and she looked like she was comfortable there as well.
Yeah, she was. Bounced out all right and was made use of that decent enough draw, and yeah, she was good through the line. I
know it's only probably an average midweek maiden, but it looks like Danny can still step her up in a little bit more distance and have some fun poking around the lower grades with her.
Yeah, I definitely don't think it was her last win. Obviously, she's got a bit of improvement left in her. I think she's not the finished product yet. She's probably got to fill out a touch more, but yeah, I reckon she'll stick on a little bit and run over a bit of a trip. So yeah, hopefully they can have a bit of fun with her.
Fashion Stakes looks like she's lobbed a nice enough race later on today.
Yep, yeah, she seems to have. So at her best, she'll be right up to it. Don't think she's as good as the brother, but time will tell. See how we go today.
Stevie rides the brother anyway, so not your problem. Well done, Christopher.
All right, cheers.
There's Chris Parnham combining with Dan Morton and Blazing Emerald to break maiden status in the McMahon Maiden.